Welcome, my radiant Leo souls, both longtime royal companions and curious newcomers to Golden Fortune Leo, your cosmic lair where the fire of astrology meets the depth of soul psychology, with just a whisper of Buddhist clarity to keep us grounded. Now, let's not pretend this is your average full moon forecast, because Leo, what's unfolding right now is nothing short of divine orchestration. The Sagittarius full moon is swinging open a rare celestial love portal, and guess what? You're not just invited, you're practically the guest of honor. You may already be feeling it, that heat behind your sternum, that magnetic tug in your heart like a lion pacing its cage. It's not boredom, darling. It's your higher self pounding on the door, reminding you that your story isn't finished and your next chapter is about to be co-authored by someone significant. So if you suddenly find yourself locking eyes with a stranger who feels oddly familiar, or dreaming about someone from a past life or last Tuesday, don't panic. That's not coincidence. That's cosmic GPS rerouting you towards soul recognition. Just don't try to rationalize it with logic. This isn't a math test, it's a spiritual scavenger hunt. And here's another little heads up, if your emotional body has been throwing a fit lately, tears over 90s love ballads, laughter at random commercials, or a nostalgic yearning for something you can't even name, you're not losing it. You're cleansing it. The universe is giving your emotional archives a Marie Kondo treatment, shaking loose anything that doesn't serve the sacred connection that's making its way to you. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's dramatic. But Leo, when have you ever shied away from a little theatrics? This is the part where your roar gets real and raw. So let it out, but let it flow. Because this, dear Leo, is not a breakdown. It's the warm-up act for your biggest love upgrade yet. Now Leo, let's talk about what's happening after hours, because while the rest of the Zodiac is tucking themselves into bed with chamomile tea and Netflix, you are likely getting visited by your soul tribe, in dreams. And no, you're not going crazy if your subconscious is suddenly casting your ex, a total stranger with eyes that feel like déjà vu, or a mysterious figure draped in velvet whispering things that don't quite make sense but feel eerily familiar. These aren't just dreams. These are astral meet UPS, soul conferences held in dimensions where time is more of a suggestion than a rule. Some of these nighttime encounters are closure disguised as chaos. Others? Teasers. Cosmic trailers for soul contracts that are about to manifest in waking life. Think of it as the universe's version of a movie preview, but this one stars you, in all your leonine glory, front and center. Now while you're navigating these dreamscapes, your waking life is getting a little weirder too, but in the best way. Your intuition, Leo, is officially in beast mode. It's not subtle anymore. That gut feeling? It's basically screaming through a megaphone. And I know you're proud of your charisma and confidence, but this is a different kind of power. This is soul knowing. You think of someone and they call. A song plays 3 times in one day with lyrics that hit way too close to home. You're not imagining it. These are cosmic breadcrumbs, tiny divine clues from your higher self and the universe reminding you, you're on track. And let's be real, this isn't your first rodeo. As one of the chosen ones, you've earned this level of perception. You don't need to guess anymore. You just know. The only thing left? Trust it. Even if it means following a hunch that leads you to the farmer's market instead of the nightclub. Yes, Leo, your next great love might be next to the organic strawberries. Stay ready. Let's get real for a minute, Leo. This full moon isn't here to play games. It's forming a tense square with the lunar nodes, which in astrological speak is basically the cosmic equivalent of a red flashing sign that reads, "Time's up on that old karma." Yep, it's karmic reset o'clock. And you, my dear lion, are being handed the remote. The question is, are you going to keep watching reruns of your own emotional sitcom, or are you finally ready to cancel the season? You might find yourself noticing some painfully familiar patterns right about now. Maybe you've been the one doing all the giving while someone else sips your energy like it's bottomless brunch. Or maybe you've fallen yet again for someone who had all the charm of a golden retriever but none of the loyalty. Or let's be honest, you mistook chaos and hot and cold nonsense for passion. I say this with love, Leo. We've all done it. But here's the twist, this time, you're awake. With the moon spotlighting these old scripts, you finally see the pattern. And in that moment of awareness, boom power. Now you get to choose differently. You're not just the main character in your love story anymore. You're the writer, the director, and because you're a Leo, the lighting designer too. So let's create a storyline that honors the heart of the lion. One with truth, depth, and soul-level heat, not just surface-level sizzle. Now here comes the real magic, your love frequency is getting a cosmic upgrade. Think of it as a system-wide software update, but not for your phone, for your heart. Your chakras, especially your heart and throat, are recalibrating to a higher bandwidth. You might feel this as warmth in your chest, goosebumps for no reason, or that weird lump in your throat when you're trying not to say what you really feel. Don't ignore it. That's your inner truth staging a jailbreak. If you're in a relationship, expect the emotional depth to deepen like a plot twist you didn't see coming. And if you're single, buckle up. You're about to magnetize someone who isn't just dazzled by your shine but honors the sacred flame inside you. They won't just love your spotlight, they'll respect the courage it took to step into it. This, Leo, is evolution. Raw, radiant, and long overdue. Alright Leo, gather round because the stars aren't just lighting up your love life, they're dialing straight into your throat chakra like a cosmic wake-up call. If you've been holding back your truth, biting your tongue to keep the peace, or swallowing words because you didn't want to rock the golden boat, guess what? That era is over. Your throat is buzzing, your chest is tight, and your inner lion is practically pacing in the palace hallways. It's time to speak up. But here's where the wisdom comes in, not every roar needs to shake the jungle. You see, Leo, truth is sacred but without compassion, it's just ego wearing a rhinestone crown. And you, my dear, are far too evolved for drive-by truth bombs. This isn't about proving a point or winning an emotional debate. This is about honoring your voice and the soul of the person receiving it. Speak like royalty, bold, clear, but with grace. Say what needs to be said, but do it in a way that opens doors instead of slamming them. Because right now, your words carry weight. What you say in this full moon window can seal a connection in gold or lovingly release what no longer aligns. And speaking of alignment, let's talk about your cravings. Not food cravings, although who among us hasn't had a full moon cheesecake moment, but soul cravings. The kind of people, energy, and connections that once drew you in with flair and fireworks are starting to feel a little flat. The chaos, the chase, the will they want they dance? Yeah, that used to thrill you. Now? You're evolving, Leo. Your radar is tuning to a higher frequency. Suddenly, the person who brings peace instead of drama, who sees you without needing to be impressed, that's the one who lights you up. And if the universe nudges you to follow someone into a bookstore, a sound bath, or yes, even a farmer's market instead of your usual glittery haunts, follow it. That pull you're feeling isn't a fluke. It's your inner lion guiding you to a deeper kind of gold. Leo, let's talk about the kind of vision that doesn't come from 2020's eyesight, but from that mystical lens behind your brow, the third eye. Right now, it's wide open like a cathedral door in the middle of a thunderstorm, and you, dear chosen one, are seeing things others miss. You might look at someone and suddenly catch a flash of their soul, their pain, their brilliance, their untapped divinity all laid bare beneath the surface. It's intense. It's raw. It's like watching a movie in someone's eyes where the plot twist is their own forgotten greatness. And while this kind of soul-seeing is powerful, let's not mistake it for a party trick. It's not a parlor game or something you use to scan your next date like an emotional X-ray. This is a sacred gift, and like all sacred things, it comes with responsibility. The point isn't to judge what you see, but to understand it. To soften. To witness someone in their full humanity, flaws and all, and still bow inwardly to the light within them. That's not just compassion, it's spiritual royalty. Because Leo, your greatest power isn't in how loudly you roar, it's in how deeply you recognize. Now, let's zoom out. After the height of the full moon comes the sacred pause, the 72-hour integration window. Think of it as the cosmic cool-down after a soul-level HIIT workout. You've just undergone emotional surgery, so don't sprint off into decisions or declarations. Journal your dreams, drink your water, yes, hydration is a spiritual act, and watch for synchronicities. The universe will be whispering in subtle ways through overheard conversations, repeated symbols, and yes, even through that weird meme your cousin texts you at 2 a.m. The choices you make in this pocket of time are like setting wet cement. They will harden into your reality. So be intentional. Be slow. Be sacred. And most importantly, trust. Because what's arriving next isn't just good, Leo, it's legacy-level love. Alright Leo, take a deep breath, because what we're stepping into isn't just another moon phase. This is the opening chapter of a 6-month soul evolution. No, seriously. This isn't some fleeting lunar flirtation where you feel things for 48 hours and then go back to texting your ex just because Mercury got a little dramatic. This is a transformational portal, and you're walking through it with stardust on your mane and a sacred mission in your heart. Over the next 6 months, the way you love, choose, and connect is going to shift on a soul-deep level. You'll notice it first in your tolerance. Chaotic love triangles and breadcrumb texting will suddenly feel like expired milk. You'll feel it in your body, to an intuitive tug pulling you toward people, places, and possibilities that feel more nourishing than flashy. And here's the truth, not everyone is meant to walk this next leg of the journey with you. Some will fall away gently, like leaves in autumn. Others may resist your growth, sensing rightly that your light is rising and no longer seeks permission to shine. But new souls? Oh, Leo. New souls will find you. Aligned souls. The kind who see the real you, not just the dazzling presence you project to the world, but the layered, radiant, heart-wide open lion who wants to be loved in truth, not in ego. Let them find you. Let yourself be found. And most importantly, don't grip. Don't cling to who or what's leaving. Trust. You are evolving into the version of yourself that love has been praying for. And if you've made it this far into the message, then let me tell you something with complete sincerity, you're not just here out of curiosity. You're here because you're called. The stars don't whisper to everyone like this. They choose the ones who are ready. The love portal is open, but it's up to you to walk through with courage, with clarity, and with that signature Leo lion heart that refuses to settle for anything less than sacred connection. So as we close out this cosmic download, I invite you to live your life not just boldly but beautifully. Laugh too loud. Love like you've never been broken. Let your desires scare you a little, they should. You're not here to play small. You're here to set the whole sky on fire. And hey, if this message stirred something in your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with another soul who's ready to rise, and make sure you subscribe to Golden Fortune Leo, where astrology meets soul evolution with a little sass and a whole lot of heart. Leave a comment and tell me what part spoke to you most, because the stars are still watching, and they do remember who showed up.